Hi, we're here at Boulder Valley Ice with Coach Paul DuPoit. The RoughRIders just came off of a 12-0 win over the Colorado Evolution. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Obviously a big win for the Colorado RoughRIders, winning at a score of 12-0. Plenty of stuff to talk about on the offensive side of the puck, excuse me. But let's start with the defensive side of the puck in Kirill. How did Kirill play today, and how much confidence does this give Kirill going into the next games?
I think Kirill played well. I mean, he made some big saves when we needed him to early on that, kept the game tight in a sense because they actually got some early shots on us. And then from there, we took over on offense, and he made, like I said, he made the necessary saves to keep the game shut out for him.
Kirill Pustovalov with the shutout tonight. Now let's talk a little bit about offense. We had hat tricks by two different people tonight, yep. Nick Akiris and Devin Pilkington. Nick actually had 4 goals. Can you talk about their play of late and how Nick is doing these days?
Well, I mean, it's a big plus for both those guys to get a hat trick, and for Nick Akiris to get the hat trick with the 4 goals actually, for confidence because he just came back off an injury, excuse me. And for him to get his first game back and to put home 4 goals, obviously is a big boost to his confidence. And he's playing well, and their lines playing well. Both lines, I mean, all 4 lines tonight were playing well, and I think that's indicative in the score and with a 12-0 shutout.
Also, like to add that Grouch had his first goal of the season. That was obviously big for him.
Yeah.
Coach, 2 little scuffles tonight. One at the end of the second period, one at the end of the third period. Colorado Evolution don't have anything to play for, being eliminated from the playoffs a long time ago. You handing them the 39th loss of the season. How do you keep your players focused when you guys have something to play for, but the Evolution really don't?
You just have to preach that message. You have to just talk about that we have something to play for. They don't. They're going to be undisciplined. We have to stay disciplined, and that way there's no recourse for some actions that could get you in some big trouble. And we really brought that up, particularly after the second period when things got a little bit hairy, and we just said, listen, you got to stick to your discipline and the structure of what we asked for, and skate away from things. I mean, it's not worth it. This time of year, we're going to playoffs. They're out of it. It's just not worth it to get involved with a team that has nothing really to lose from what their situation is, and they're not gaining anything either.
Definitely got to keep that message going, because tomorrow night you go and travel and play the Colorado Evolution again on their home ice rink. This was the last regular season game for you guys here at Boulder Valley Ice. It's still up in the air. You could host a playoff series. You could not. You don't know. You finished the season 14-9 at home. How do you feel about your play at home and ice?
Well, I mean, obviously at home ice you always want to have a strong record, and I felt we played quite well at home. I think that we could have been better, but I always think we can be better. I think that it's always good to have home ice advantage, so hopefully we get that to be the case when it comes to playoffs here and next week. But we have to wait for tomorrow's outcome and then Sunday's outcome to see what happens around the league.
The RoughRIders win their last regular season home game here against the Colorado Evolution with a score of 12-0. That'll be a wrap for the regular season. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yep, thanks for having me as always.
For Rider Vision, Nick Ortiz.